In this problem, we'll be looking at inverse functions and function transformations. The function f is transformed to obtain g as shown below. So as you see in that equation, it's asking you which of the following describes the graph of g and how it is different from the graph of f. So essentially, you want to analyze the pieces of this first equation and match it. So I have listed here that the answer is A, but I'm going to break it down. So when we're identifying key parts of the graph and understanding when to know they shift up or down or left or right, there's a key features to know. There's a chart, essentially. So if you follow this pattern, and I'll write out the rest of them, but when you're looking at this graph, when you're looking at this expression, I should say, they match with that same equation because you have your rx or fx here. So inside the f of x, whatever is being added left or right, it's kind of giving you a diagram and showing the parallels of how to understand those directions. Now, granted, they can definitely be confusing to learn at first, but once you figure out the pattern and you gather your basic understanding, it becomes a lot easier to understand the pattern. So when we're breaking it down here, that x plus 3, when we go down here, we want to be looking at essentially how it's moving left or right because of the way that this is set up. So we know that since it's an x plus 3, we know that it's going to shift the graph to the right. Or shift the graph, my fault, to the left. That's my mistake. And then in the next portion, when we're analyzing this 4, we want to understand essentially how it would move up or down. So we know that since it's a minus, we know it's going to be shifting down. So then the only logical answer on this sheet would be A.